Tell me why my manager went in my bag, right? So we were supposed to go to this new store that we were opening up. FYI, I work at a bagel store. Okay. When we were supposed to be going to the bagel store for that day, I had got me a bag of food and I ate the sushi and I put it back in my bag. Okay. So it was just a little store sack from the store. And when I put it in this sack, I took it with me when my boss came and picked us up so we can go to the other store so we can look at the store. And then as soon as we get to the store, I put my bag on the counter and she just decided to go ahead and I guess she thought I wasn't looking, but she opened up my bag and looked in it and was moving stuff around. And while I was standing there, I could see her from the corner of my eye. But when I looked back, she tried to make it seem like she wasn't doing it. I guess she just closed it back up and went on with her day like la 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 like it didn't happen. And so I was standing there thinking to myself, well, first off, I was heated because I'm just like, what was the point of that? Why would you even do that? And this is exactly why I can't stand working for I can't stand working for people. Okay. Mostly because be totally honest with you, this is not the first job I've had where I was treated a certain way for so many reasons. But the fact that she went in my bag so comfortably and she knew it was my bag, I had just put it on the counter. Now, I did talk to my manager about the situation, but his response was, "Oh, that's just how she is." And I don't think it's nothing going on. It shouldn't be anything going on. And I was like thinking to myself in my head, it is something going on. Why does she feel so comfortable going in my bag? I'm obviously a black woman, right? And she is a Caucasian woman. And I'm thinking to myself, if I was a Caucasian, would she have one in my bag? Am I wrong to think like that? Because I've dealt with like covert racists all my life. And I know people don't really want to talk about it, but I be thinking things like that. And that's another reason why I don't feel like I want to be working for these jobs for long periods of time. This is not going to be my end goal. I'm not going to be working 20, 30 years at a job, especially jobs like this where they don't consider you a human being. They just feel like you just a prop and that you're replaceable. And it shows because why did she go in my bag? Like, can y'all tell me like why she would go in my bag? Why was she so comfortable doing that? And do we have to put up with things like that? Instead of my manager saying, "Oh, well, let me talk to her and let me see what's going on," he just said, "That's just how she is." This is exactly why I want to start my own business and I'm tired of working for 9 to 5s. This was my last straw, okay? Now, before my spiritual awakening, y'all, a few years back, I was tired of working for people. I was very tired and worn out. I've been doing it for almost 15 years, and I can't imagine doing it 15 more years, okay? When I think about working for someone, I think about all the energy that I put into having to work for someone. Okay, let's just talk about it. Let's talk about what's really going on with a person having to work a 9 to 5. Okay, so if you're full time, like most of the time that I am, you have to manage your time wisely so that it doesn't overtake you and it doesn't become overwhelming. I feel like when you're working a 9 to 5, you have to figure out a way so that you can feel good even though you're working a 9 to 5. Every moment I spend working at these jobs, I be feeling like I'm wasting my time and energy. And it's because I have to wake up every morning at 5 in the morning to get ready. I After an hour and a half of getting ready, I have to get on the road and be there at the job on time. And when I get there, I'm spending 9, maybe 10 hours there doing whatever it is that they want you to do. And it's not very much pay. Okay, let's start off there. They're not paying anything at these jobs. Not enough for me to be able to say I can stay alone on my own. And not only that, when I'm there, I'm freaking miserable. Like, I'm so miserable at these jobs because they don't treat you like people. They just tell you what to do all day, and they just expect you to do it at all times. You are only allowed to be yourself minimally. Like, you can't say how you really feel to customers, or you can't say how you really feel to your manager. Like, I don't feel like doing that. You know what I mean? You're on their time. You get what I'm saying? So you can't just be telling them whatever it is that you want to do. You can't tell them no. And if you do, you get write-ups, or even if it's something morally wrong, you know? And I give you an example. I was working at a grocery store, and I was a cashier. I was doing the money orders and stuff like that. So it was the customers in my line. It was a couple. It was a woman and a man with a little small child. I'd say she was about maybe 3 or 4. And when child started crying and stuff, the man had bent down to her and held her face in his hands and squeezed her head till she started screaming. When this little girl was screaming, I seemed like I was the only one concerned, because I was like, what is he doing? Why is he doing that to one of my managers? She was standing right next to me when it was all going down. And the mother was just standing there like nothing happened, and that it was like she was acting like it was normal. Like that's something that he did on a regular basis. And I was pissed. I wanted to tell him. I wanted to call the popo. I ain't gonna lie to you. I wanted to call the popo. I wanted to get that child from away from him. I just wanted to help the little girl, because I felt like nobody was trying to help the little girl. I felt like the little girl was probably being abused and nobody cared. The mama didn't care, and whoever the man was, he couldn't. I swear to you, I hope that was not the father. But I just kept having these thoughts in my head while I'm standing there. I'm supposed to be checking these people out, but I'm telling y'all, I spazzed out. Like, I started flipping out. So what happened was, when the little girl started screaming, I told my manager, I said, did you not see that? I said, hey, he just squeezed that little girl's head, and that's why she crying like that. And my manager was like, oh, okay. And she went on and act like I ain't said nothing. So I went to go find my other manager. I said, hey, I think we should do something about this. Just seen the dude, he was squeezing a little girl's head, and that's why she's crying like that. And he just was like, it's none of our business. And y'all, I swear to you, I had to go outside. I started hyperventilating. I had to get away. I went outside and I was on the phone with my friend. I'm bawling, crying. I'm screaming, I'm yelling, I'm crying, because I feel like people don't care. It's just like people are they're on autopilot, that they don't even care about people anymore. Like, it's like we don't care about each other. There's no love in this world. I could save somebody's life. We could save somebody's life, and instead we just thinking about money, or we thinking about getting through the next day, or I'm on the clock. This is my job. Like, it's this is the type of thoughts that people be having. Like, what happened to morals and values? You can't really count on having morals and values at these jobs. You have people working at these jobs that are on autopilot. They don't want to be present. They got bills to take care of. And I don't know how it got to this point. How I got to this point of people just not caring about people anymore. Not genuinely caring about people. The little girl wasn't mine, but I cared enough to want to do something. And I told my manager, I was like, I want to call the police. He was like, no, you can't do that. And I was just like, why not? Y'all, I mean, back then when I was in that situation, I was homeless and I was living with a friend at the time. And I really needed that job so that I could pay my bills, so I can get on my feet. And I swear to you, I wanted that day to be my last day. I swear to you, because I was just over. I was over that job. I was so mad with my managers. I was just angry because I let that man go with that. I let that little girl go with that man. I'm never gonna forget that. But this is just an example of how working at a 9 to 5 job isn't for me. It's built for people who just want to work, who just desire to be there, who just desire to. They hate it, but they want to. They have to. I feel spiritually depleted every time I work a job. Every time I get off of work, I be having to recharge because I'm so overstimulated. Especially working with people who don't like you just because of the color of your skin. Or they don't like you because you're a woman. Or they don't like you because you're a man. Or they just don't like you. And having to be around people who don't like you and their energy. I'm talking about customers. I'm talking about workers, co-workers. It's hard. It's so hard for me. I've always had issues working a 9 to 5. And some people don't have issues, and I've noticed that. They don't have no problem working a 9 to 5 for many years. Some of the people that I meet most times be bragging about how they work for a job for 10, 20, 30. I've been here 20, 30 years. And they feel great about that. And I just be like thinking to myself, that's an accomplishment that you wanna flex with? That's not a flex. That's not a flex to me. Working for somebody else for numerous years and don't have nothing. You don't even have enough money to get you a house. You renting out your house. You're renting out your car. Or you have a car. Or you might have the house, but you had enough money to start your own business and you decided not to. I'm not trying to fault nobody, but then again, I just want to say this ain't for me. It's just not for me. And I had someone in my comments the other day when I made a video about it. Recently, I was saying a story about how they fired my coworker because he was sick. And he was in the comments talking about I was barking and how I'm a man and I'm masculine because I'm sharing my story and my truth. Because I said that you need to start using these jobs like they use you. And you know what? I'm going to repost this video and say it again. You need to use these jobs like they use you. Because if for some reason I had an epiphany, I was like, you know what? I'm mad at this lady for going in my bag. But the truth of the matter is it's millions of people just like her. She doesn't own the place. She just works there. But she feel like she's doing her due diligence by doing things like that. By being a monitoring spirit. It costs too much to be a worker bee. It just does. Spiritually. It does. It costs too much. If I gotta do that and make people miserable, that's just not what I want to do. That's what most of the time these managers are doing anyway. Besides managing, they be on power trips, egotistical, rude, gossipy. My manager gossips about me right in front of me. And I just feel the need to be honest because I know it's people out here that's feeling the same way that I'm feeling. I know it is. I might help somebody and uplift you because I feel you. I feel how depleted you are. I know what it's like to have a dream deferred. Nobody cares enough to help you. Nobody cares about your dreams. Not especially these jobs. They want you working for them 20, 30, 40 years. And it's a trap. Because you leave for these jobs. Most of the time you leave these jobs with nothing to show for anything besides that you put your kids through college and you have houses and cars and whatnot. But you want to leave generational wealth, right? I want to leave generational wealth. I want to have generational wealth to give to my family members after me so that I can help them have a better life so that they don't have to be a worker bee. They don't have to work on somebody else's time and be managed and be told what to do. And when we really think about how much time and effort we put into building somebody else's stuff, working at somebody else's job, it's baffling. I guarantee you that most of the people that work at these jobs had different dreams. They had hopes. They had aspirations at some point, especially as a child. They did not want to be working for no establishment 20, 30 years with no pension plan or nothing in place. No safety net. They probably had safety nets back in the day for the generation before mine, but they don't have it anymore. We just kind of need to be smarter about things and move differently. There's no safety nets with these jobs, y'all. I could have been mad and nasty and evil to that lady. But you know what I did? I quit. And after I left from the place, my manager was calling me and was like, you know what? I talked to her and we're going to work this out. Y'all going to talk tomorrow. And it's not nothing that you think is going on. And it's nothing like what you think. It's nothing going on. It's just that she's just like that. And that's just how she is. And y'all going to work it out tomorrow. I said, oh, okay. I got off the phone with him and I never went back. Y'all can get somebody else to do it. Y'all can get somebody else to be your guinea pig. I had dealt with so much racism at that job. All for them $14 an hour. He wasn't even paying me the right way. He was paying me under the table. He didn't think I was good enough to even be on the payroll, y'all. Let's talk about it. Let's talk about it. Yeah, every day I thought about having to work at the job. Every day I would get up, I would be miserable. I was miserable. No matter how happy I tried to be at this job, No matter how much good energy I put into the job, I'm smiling. I'm being kind to people. I'm complimenting people. I'm complimenting my managers. I'm being kind to them. Being kind to the customers. They still treat, I'm being kind to the customers. They still treating me like I was nothing. I'm talking about weird stares. They were talking to me with a whole bunch of attitude and demanding things from me. I'm talking about customers and managers. Rolling their eyes at me, staring at me, and gossiping about me. I'm talking about co-workers and customers. When I didn't do anything to them but give them 5-star customer service. I know how to give really good customer service. I was taught a long time ago how to switch code. If you are a black woman or if you are a black person, you better know how to switch code. You better know something. While I'm texting my brother and talking to him, and he telling me how he got stuff going on, but he always, every time he talked to me, he talk about how he got dreams to do this and dreams to do that. Or he working on this and that. He working on a plan to try to get his dreams going. He want to start a t-shirt business. He got all type of business plans, y'all. And I tell him about how I plan to start me a hair company. We talk about our dreams and hopes, y'all. And that's all I want to talk about. I don't want to talk about having to work for somebody for the rest of my fucking life. And that's all I have to show for it. Humble beginnings, man. Tired of being broke. Tired. Tired of just getting by to get by. And that's all the money that they ever give us is just enough to get by. Just to get by, just to make it, just to be able to pay for some of the bills and have a little money left over for food. Is that the life we have to look forward to? Because I'm dreading it. I dreaded going to that job every single day because I knew what I was going to have to. I knew I was going to come home and cry. I can't tell you how many nights I cried working at this job. And the sleepless nights I've had working at 9 to 5 jobs, man. Because I'm a kind soul. I'm a gentle soul. I care about people genuinely. I'm an empath. I'm positive. I only like talking about positive things. I don't gossip. I don't like gossiping. Yeah. I don't care for it. So you kind of just have a idea where I'm at with when it comes to clicks and things like that at these jobs. So I never fit in anywhere. Yeah, take it easy, y'all. I pray that y'all are doing well. Y'all stay blessed. And I say always have an exit plan when it comes to working for a 9 to 5. I'm not saying you have to be a business owner or something like that, but you gotta at least have 3 incomes. That's all I'm saying. At least 3 incomes so that you can be able to have some money saved up because there's no more pension plans in place for us. Listen to y'all.